we are ready to rock and roll. And so as we start, what differentiates yoga from exercise, which is just as big a bag as yoga, in my opinion, so this is analogy, is the first two limbs that we bring to the practice with the awareness of that we are so much more than our physical self, and that we have these guidelines from the first two from the 8-limb practice. The first one, the moral observances, those that are for everybody, regardless of bloodlines and status and geography. And these are the ones that I call the please and thank yous. The first one is ahimsa, the absence of violence, which should govern anything we do, both towards ourselves and everything and everybody we encounter. If we violate ahimsa, we are no longer practicing yoga. That may be just exercise, but again, analogy. And then the other four is truth. It is absence of stealing. And by that, and that's the sticky one for many, because if I don't steal, we steal in many different ways. Energy and time, not just property. So thinking about, are you favoring one side of your body and forgetting the other? You're stealing from the wellness of that side of your body if you don't pay attention to it. And so it comes again in many different shapes. And then we have, I call these the twins, absence of greed, aparigraha, but also energy conservation. So taking it to the fullest, knocking it out of the park every time is not conducive to our wellness. So we need to find that right amount that does exactly what we need, filling our inner vessel, but doesn't deplete it. And then we move on to the niyamas, our inner practices. And that one ties very much into the first one. The first one is purity, a thought, mind, speech, action. And they all had to adhere to these first five that I just mentioned, the yamas. The second one is a practice of contentment. And it is a practice. And we will start with that one today as we begin to settle in. The third one is tapas, not the Spanish variety. Tapas means heat. It is conscious effort for desired outcome. Self-study. When I ask you, how does this feel? How does this feel? How are you feeling? That is an invitation to look inward, because we are always drawn out. The last one of these inner practice is surrender. Knowing that we cannot control everything. And just because we do A, B may not follow. So can we take some ease and peace in that notion that sometimes we can say, you know what? It's going to be fine. I don't know how it's going to be fine, but it's going to be fine. So let's take a comfortable seat. And let your hands rest in your lap. So we start with this practice of svadhyaya. How am I feeling? What's going on right now in my body, in this vessel that gets me to and fro, to and from, and that I tend to, like my garden. The 5 layers of our being, we work with the outer 3 directly in the Hatha Yoga practice. It is our physical self, it is the breathing, and it is our thoughts. Any one of those will affect the other 2. So I invite you to begin to deepen your breath. And we practice many times where you place your abdomen on your hand on your lower abdomen. Just to invite in notion of the diaphragm, the main muscle of breathing, is indeed engaged. As you breathe in and out, let your full mind be on the breath. Breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. This is the beginning of one of Thich Nhat Hanh's meditations. And simply, silently repeating this first verse, it can help a chatty mind that's just gotten stuck in a groove. So getting unstuck, getting a little unstuck. Breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. And breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. In and out. When we are uncomfortable, whether physically or emotionally, our breath tends to become shallow and fast. And we can help bump the discomfort down by simply tending to this breath. Inviting the out breath to be slightly longer than the in breath exercises your diaphragm muscle. We are holding the contraction on it from the in breath and then very slowly releasing it. Also a helpful way, if you're waking up at 2 a.m. and can't quite go back to sleep, these two practices, mindful breathing and elongation of the out breath, can be tremendously helpful. I speak from personal experience. And then we'll sit up a little taller. We'll begin with the Brahmari breathing practice. Brahmari, the female honeybee, anything that ends on an I, is a female notation in Sanskrit. It is simply humming. You'll take a quiet breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, generating a sound, keeping your teeth separate, but your lips closed. So we'll start with about 3 repetitions. Take a breath in. And breathe normally. Breathing in and breathing out. Another breathing practice that is deeply calming, and because we are holding the breath, we automatically elongate the out breath. Now, if you have a sleeping partner, they may not appreciate that at 2 a.m. And so you may have to leave the room if you found that that's really beneficial for you. We're going to repeat it again. This time I want to show you there's a mudra that goes with it. Call it sort of the 3 little monkeys. You'll take your thumbs. So watch me do it first. You'll close your ears. We have those little skin flaps on the ears. I'll place my index finger softly on my eyes, middle finger across the bridge of the nose, ring fingers under the nose, and then my thumbs below the mouth. So I've closed all my organs of incoming mail, my ears, my eyes, my nose, more symbolically because I can still breathe in and out through my nose. Now, if you have a massive headache, you may not like this. So I invite you to be always in the practice of ahimsa. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to close the eyes, let my index finger come to rest across my eyes, ring middle finger across the nose, ring finger below the nose, off the lip, and then pinkies below. And we'll do 3 again. So taking a breath in and exhale. We'll release the hands and breathe again. And then we begin to move into our arch and flatten. So this is one that I invite you to do often. Rounding on the out breath, lifting up, lengthening the front spine on the in breath, going back and forth. And why we just begin to invite gentle movement into the spine. I'll talk about the 3 distinct benefits that Brahmari breath offers. One is the sound creates a physical vibration in our body, especially around the ears and throat and head. And this vibration helps heal. They know hummers are healthier than non-hummers. So you might not care for the practice of Brahmari, but humming along is good for you. It slows down the breath, so it takes us into the parasympathetic nervous system. It calms us while it gently energizes us. And then the last one, it calms the mind because you can't really think of anything once it's generating the sound. Now let's take the arms down alongside for the blooming flower, which you know well too. Taking a breath in for nothing and an exhale, we're going to roll the arms in, jud the chin forward, and then we're going to release out of this. Taking a breath in and out, and we'll inhale into the flower. Draw the spine in, roll the arms out, and we'll release out of that, back to neutral. On your next out breath, again, contract the front, roll the arms in. This is a red light reflex. And slowly let your body release out of this, back to neutral posture. On the in-breath, again, we'll move into the open, the green light, shoulder blades down and together, releasing out of that. Let's do it one more time on the next out breath. Rolling forward like a turtle crawling into its shell. And I release out of that, finding my neutral spine. And on the in-breath, opening up. Shoulder blades together and down, and I release out of here. Pause. So these are easy little snacks that we can help to maintain mobility and health around the spine. Take the hands on your thighs for our easy twist. Taking a breath in and elongate. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, releasing to center, and we'll twist to the left, Make it easy. Think of rotating around the axis of the spine. Back and forth. As you twist, notice that the shoulder blade on the side you're twisting to is moving towards the spine, with the other shoulder blade moving away from the spine, preventing the shoulder blades from getting stuck on the back ribs. Not uncommon, and we got to get them unstuck a little bit. The nose wants to travel fast, but can you let that the last part? Only when you are all the way into the twist does the head, the nose travel, and then you can give the eyes a little bit of a stretch over the shoulder. And next time you come back to center, pausing. We'll take the arms down again. And we'll do our shoulder shrugs. Again, just a winner all day long. Let's take the shoulders up to the ears. You feel it's like I'm carrying the weight of the world. And we're going to slowly, on a count of 8, releasing down. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Take a breath in and out. And we'll repeat. Shrug the shoulders up. They come a little bit behind your ears. We get a good squeeze. The chin is jutting forward, and we release down again from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way down. Pausing. So we had warmed up a little bit around the upper body, the shoulders, and the spine. So today's practice is some salutations. They've stood the test of time. So we'll start by taking the arms out. And I just want to get a little bit more movement into the shoulders. I'm not going to charge into anything. Just go up and down, inhaling out. And exhaling down. Can you feel your shoulder blades moving on your back? And we'll do it one more time. Inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, take the hands to your thighs and bow forwards. Forward fold. And we'll take the right knee up, giving it a hug in. We'll do some ankle circles here in our first one. So circling your right ankle, clockwise, counterclockwise. And we'll do a couple of pumps. And we'll release the foot down. And then here we'll twist again to the right. We'll twist to the left. And we're back at center. And we'll take the left knee up. We'll do some ankle circles on this side too. Around and around we go. Telling my body, I'm just easing into it gently. I'm going to follow the knee down. Sweep the arms out and up. And I'm back where I started. Let's do that again. Inhale, take the arms out and up. And then exhale, hands to the thighs, bowing forward. This time I'm going to take the left knee up, give it a hug. I'm going to take the knee down and twist to the left. Come back to center, twisting to the right. And I'm back at center. And this time I'll take the right knee up. I'll follow that down. And sweep the arms out and up. And we're back again. So some salutations, in the seated variation, we've added a twist. We don't have a back bend yet, but wait, it's coming. So let's go at it again. Let's start, make the sun. Inhale, take the arms out and up, reach, and forward fold. We'll take the right leg up again, the lunge. We'll take the knee down as we twist, and we go to the other side, back at center. And now for a back bend variation, take the arms forward, leaning back, take the right leg up. So this is a little bit of a boat pose. And we come forward. We need to do the other side left. And we are ready to take the left leg up. We follow that down and we sweep the arms out and up. And we're back again. Let's do that again. Inhale, take the arms out and up. And forward fold. Inhaling up, this time the left knee comes up. And we go into our twist, sitting up tall. Other side. Back at center. I'll take the arms up. And then I did the right leg. We could do the left or the right. So this is a seated variation of plank pose because you can feel you're using the lower abdomen. And we come forward. This time we'll take, now I kind of lost count. I think we're taking the right knee back up. And we come forward. And we sweep the arms out and up. And we're back home. So we've done 2 sun salutations. And I always say, anybody's birthday today? Because then we'll just do as many sun salutations as you are old. Sally, is your birthday today?
You don't want to do 77.
Sure we do. We'll all just help each other. I think we're ready for one more. How is that? See, it adds up quickly when we're all doing it together. So we can up the antes. It can be adjusted for heat. Tapas, remember? The practice, we can make it a little bit more intense. We can make it a little less intense to ensure that we do it just the right size for our body. So we'll start with the arms down again. We'll inhale, take the arms out and up. And then leaning forward, chair pose. So bending the knees. If you're standing up, just bend the knees a little bit. And then from here, we can come into the forward fold, hands on the thighs or the floor. We'll take the right knee up again. That's our lunge. And we'll find a little twist. We'll come back to center and we'll do the twist to the other side. And we're back again. And let's do our plank pose. Right or left goes forward. And other side. And this time we'll take the left leg up. And following it all the way down, we have a little chair pose here again. And all the way down to sweep the arms out and up. And we're going to bookend this one just with one more time. This time we're going to lead into it on the left side. So we have the forward fold. Left leg comes up. And we'll twist. And we'll twist. And we're ready for our modified plank, leaning back. Take the leg out. Feel the shoulder blades together and down. Coming forward. And go back again. And we come forward. And this time we'll take the right knee up. which we're gonna follow stepping forward. We're gonna a little pit stop in chair pose first. And take that one all the way down, sweep the arms out and up. And hands again at heart center. We made it. Some salutations, all we do is inhale, the front body lengthens, exhale, the back body lengthens. So it's like a great big pendulum swinging back and forth. Now, if you get the breath confused, I have yet to see any great harm from that. So don't worry too much about it. I think they just got tired of standing like this, the old yogis, so they added the movement. So whether we do it seated or standing, we are holding the toe off, or these practice do compress the front, lengthen the front, so that our organs work better and our spine stays elastic and springy. Let's walk the legs out to the side for our wide-legged seated malasana. So knees pointing over the second toe. And we'll take the right hand to the inside of the right knee. And take the left hand to the ear. Like you on an old-fashioned phone. Now everybody talks like this, but in the old days, we held it to the ear. Inhale, take the arm over and then back to the ear. And then reaching again. And we back. And one more time. Reach. And this time, holding it where it's comfortable. You may like to slide your arm down further, down on the leg. Knee presses into the arm presses into the leg. And we breathe. Breathing into your left lung, opening up. And next in-breath, up we come. Breathing in. Pausing. Breathe in and out. How are you feeling? Is one lung a little bit more ready to receive the breath? We'll hold the phone to the other side. And we'll take that over and back. Over and back. So these are often movements that we don't do a lot of. So suddenly one day we can't reach the top shelf anymore. So always put everything you have up as high as you can. One of my teachers once said, and let's stay on the side. Don't make life too easy, which sounds really weird, I know. Reaching over, maybe slide the arm down. Gently press arm into knee, knee into arm, breathing in and out. And adjust the pose as you need so it feels just right for your body, always. One more breath. And slowly come back up. And we'll take the hands on the top of the thighs, right above the knees. Leaning forward and then coming back up. Leaning forward again. Keep your knees exactly where they are. They might like to slide in a little bit. And you go, stay where you are. And then next time you come forward, we're going to stay as far forward as is comfortable. And then from the crown of the head to my tailbone, I'm going to think of as one long axis. And then I'm going to draw my left shoulder towards the floor, right shoulder up, and then go in the other direction. So it's like a little old-fashioned washing machine. Shoulder, one draws down, one draws up. So the head just follows along. The nose wants to turn before the spine. Let your heart lead you. Inviting movement into the thoracic spine, the upper back, which can get really stuck. We are back up at center. Whew, that was good, right? Take the arms to the inside. Now press the knees again into the hands, hands into the knees. And we're gonna inhale, we're gonna elongate the spine. So we're gonna do an arch, and then exhale, flatten here, round the back. Inhale, arch again. And rounding. One more time. Arch, pressing knees into hands, hands into knees. And take the hands and use them to help you sit back up. And then toe heel, toe heel, toe heel, all the way in. And we're ready to stand up. Are you warmed up? A little bit more, shoulder, spine. I know, it feels pretty good, right? So it's not like it's a lesser anything for a chair, it's just different. So my knees are hip width apart. Take my arms forward, walk the heels as far back. And I'm just gonna lean forward. Transfer the weight onto the feet. And then I sit up again. I'm gonna lean forward again. Is there a little lift off? Back and forth. So if this is hard, what I tell my students is just build up the seat, even up to a bar stool, because we come up high and high each time. Remember, the thighs are called the muscles of independence. So how many times should you do this every day, you ask? We did this way back in the first, I think. So age, you get some benefits of blowing out birthday candles. But can you stand and sit? If you are 80, at least 15 times. If you're 70, 20 times. In 30 seconds, standing. I think we did really well here, don't you? Let's go to stand behind the chair. So standing, I have my one hand on the chair for the vasovagal. This is a really important little event. We'll stand with our parallel feet. Let me see my feet a little bit better here. Parallel feet. Lift and spread the toes. And then bring the weight into the heels. Weight is into the heels. Stretch the toes forward and take them down. My legs are working, tailbone down, abdomen up, sternum is up. And then lifting the heels up. So we're eking into it. Lower the heels. Shift the weight back onto the heels. Lift and spread the toes. Take the toes down. Lift the heels. And maybe the right arm. Maybe the right arm. So I'm out of the camera right now, I can tell. And then we'll take arm and heels down. Shift the weight back. Coming forward, lifting again, other side. Shifting back, coming forward. Lifting up on the toes, the heels will come up with the arms. So taking your time. This really helps get the blood pumped back up from the legs of the vasovagal syncope. If we stand up too soon or too fast and we feel lightheaded, this is a phenomenal tool to help get the blood pumped back up. Let's do it one more time. Toes. So you can do it with both arms if you feel steady, but be careful so that you are not. You want the heel lift. That one is important. More important than the arm lift because it gets the calf muscle engaged and we need that, but I don't want you falling over. And then so let's stand again, standing again in mountain pose. I'll stand behind the chair. You can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Balance is so good, so I'm going to shift the weight onto the right leg and take the left leg out to the side. You can see my left leg here. Making sure that my right hip hugs towards the midline. Lift the toes off. We can always put them back down again. So now my weight is entirely on my right leg. Now if this feels steady, I'll take the leg in and take it out. So I'm working my outer hip. Toes pointing straight forward. Tailbone still down. And then hover. Hike your left hip up, 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 so it's not touching. And then I'm going to land it down by lowering the hip, pausing. And we should do the other side. So this is part of the agility program. Take your right leg out to the side and keep again, everything is neutral. You're still in mountain pose. I'm just moving the legs out. It's pure abduction, abduction. And then lift the toe. So now my foot is floaty. I can always put it down if I feel unsteady, right? And then away we go again. So notice, as you hold the upper body moving, can you keep your trunk still? I'm just moving my leg. Just moving my leg. Really great to help strengthen outer hip muscle. It's a great little snack to do. So the pelvis, notice if you're distorting the pelvis, pelvis stay in the same position, only the thigh bone is moving. And I think that's good, don't you? Well, I'll take the leg down. I got down a little quick on this side because I wanted to demonstrate, and I say, right, the inner oblique that we use on the other side. So hike the hip up. So now your whole right leg has floated up. It's right here. Can you release the hip down by releasing your waist muscle? We need those for healthy walking. Let's come to stand in front of the chair. We're about ready to take it back because I wanted to share the breathing practice of Nadi Shodhana. Stand in front of the chair. Can't miss this opportunity to practice sitting down. Take the arms out forward again. And take the hips back so that I'm not burned down into my knee joint. And I stand up again. Probably one of the most important things that we can practice daily is the stand, sit, or sit, stand. The wall squat, I'll be sending some videos your way for a little snack. How long can you stay in a wall squat? So look at your knees. Now we're in an imaginary wall snack. You can take your hands down to the knees if that feels better. Like you're talking to a very short person. So notice your thighs are working. A little bit, or is it just mine? The lower you sit, the more you'll feel it. So adding the arms just adds more of a lever. You guys are really tough today. We're gonna let this tush hit the cush. And we are down. Whew. Let's sit comfortably again in the chair. Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Your left nostril is sometimes considered moon, cool, right, sun, and hot. Your left nostril is Ida, and your right is called Pingala. So now you have been introduced. In alternate nostril breathing, there are different variations. We'll do the one that helps balance the breath today. We create Vishnu's mudra. So you'll take your right hand and you'll take, I'll hold my hand up and you'll bend, I'll mirror here on my left, you'll bend your index finger and ring finger down towards your palm, crossing over, your ring finger crosses over the pinky finger. So now I got little pinchers. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your hand, you can take the ring finger down and use pinky and thumb. And if this is also uncomfortable, you can use both hands, because we're simply using it to close one nostril at a time. It's called Vishnu's mudra, and they always say to use the right hand. I'm mirroring today. I, again, haven't really found any cause for that. If you're left-handed and you want to use your left hand, I think it's okay. I think 1,000 or so years ago, they used the left hand for a lot of business back there, and they didn't really want it up here. So I think it was a practical consideration. But today, use the one that's most comfortable. We start by closing the right nostril. So I'm mirroring right now, and my right hand, the pinky finger and ring finger is closing my right nostril. Am I saying that right? Nope, I did not. The thumb is closing out. I'm looking over. The thumb is good. Thank you. And then I'll take a breath in through the left side, breathing in on my left nostril. Then I close the left nostril. I breathe out on the right side. I'll come up a little closer. Breathe in on the right side, and then I close the right side. And then I breathe out on the left. I breathe in again on the left, close the left. And so I go from side to side. When I switched, I start with the out breath, then an in breath, then I close. I breathe out, I breathe in, I close. Do it one more time. We're going to end on the left side where we started. You'll exhale completely, release Vishnu's mudra down, and then the breath in will be through both nostrils. We have dominant nostrils at different times of the day, unless you're getting ready to feel the season allergies. You may have no nostrils working. Your right nostril corresponds to your left brain half hemisphere and left to the right. And so when we breathe in this manner, we are balancing the communication between the two hemispheres across the corpus callosum so that we don't get stuck on one side. Let's do it one more time. Is everybody okay with it? Are you any questions? Because you can unmute and say, I didn't get that. Or we'll have question and answers too, but I'll show the fingers again. So your right hand, your index finger and middle finger comes down. And then I need a little helper here, and I cross my ring finger over my pinky finger. So I have my little nose pinchers at the ready. And I start by closing my right nostril. So you'll start on the moon side, breathing in on the left, close the left, breathe out, breathe in, closing, breathe out, and in, closing. And again, we'll finish on the left side with the out breath. The next breath in will be both nostrils. When should you use this breath? Anytime. If you're feeling that you're getting a little worked up, that means there's too much heat on the right side, too much sun. So that means that you can breathe in through the left and out through the right. That will help bring more cool in. Vice versa, if you're feeling lethargic, then you'll breathe in through the left. There's too much cool, we need more hot. You'll breathe in through the right and out through the left. I'd be very careful with that one because it's going to be a lot of gasoline. You certainly wouldn't want to do that at night in bed because that will wake you up. But the cooling one will likely help you fall to sleep. So again, the cooling one, breathe in through the left, out through the right. We've done it again. So with that, let's bring our palms together. Let's take a deep breath in. And we're closing with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hyo. I should have said that first. So we'll take another breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. May there be peace in our world. May there be peace in our communities. And may we be at peace within. Thank you. Namaste.